Hi, Democrats. Today is April 27th. It's 4:18 and it's a little bit past time for the chair's daily life. Happy Tuesday. So every day I'm going to come and I'm going to talk to you about bills, elected officials, and elections. I want to add a little something, and I want to talk about what Democrats stand for. I've been spending a lot of time communicating with and watching our local elected officials, right? Our state reps and our state senators, and watching what they do. You know, I'm usually telling you, call about this bill, call about this thing, and advocate. But I've just been watching the work that they're doing. And you guys know by now that I really appreciate them. Um, it's hard work to fight the way that they have to fight. They get a crash course, you know, in the summer after they're elected or the winter after they're elected on how to do it. And I can't say enough that when you advocate, be nice to their legislative assistants and their executive assistants. And when you get in touch with them, please, even when you disagree with them, even when you think they made a bonehead vote, please be respectful of them. And so that's my little spill on electeds. It's a lot. So now I want to talk about bills, elected, and elections. So bills. I'm a little bit frustrated with what's happening at the state level because, like I said, I've been watching. And so I want to talk a little bit nationally. So we are at like day 98 in President Joe Biden's presidency. And just kind of watching, right? I have always, since I was a teenager, hated when a president says, in my first day, I'm going to do this. And in my first 100 days, I'm going to do this. I've always hated it because I feel like on your first day, they're giving you the keys, you're learning your way around. You're just trying to get your feet wet. You're not doing anything on the first day. Except in this case, we have a president who was a vice president for a long time and who's been involved in Washington politics for a long time. And I know that some people think of that as a negative, but what that allowed him to do was hit the ground running. He actually did stuff on his first day. He's actually done a lot of things in his first 100 days. And one of those things I want to talk about is the American Jobs Plan or the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure portion of it. One of the things that he's touting and that he's dedicated $100 billion to, that's a lot of money, I think, $100 billion to, is making sure that everyone, whether you live in a rural community or an urban community, that everyone has access to affordable broadband. If the pandemic taught us nothing, it's that everybody needs access to the internet so that their kids can work. And for people like me who've had to move more of my work home, I'm able to do that because I have access to broadband. But it shouldn't be, I have access to broadband because I live in Tulsa. You should be, if you decide to live in a small community because your family's from there or you just like the quiet, you should still be able to participate in 2021 like the rest of us. You should be able to have access to broadband. And the president has dedicated in his budget $100 billion to making sure that everyone has access to affordable broadband. And then you look at our governor, who just this weekend, just Friday, vetoed a bill that was reintroducing the idea of a broadband task force. So when he got elected, the legislators said, hey, you need this task force to look at broadband, and it'll bring people from rural communities and people who know about broadband, and we'll bring in some folks from other states and all that kind of stuff. And he said, task force, I like that idea, but here's what I want to do. I will pick my people. I don't need your stinking suggestions. I don't need your ideas. I will pick my people because transparency, who needs it? So that's a big deal. So he vetoed an expansion of the task force, the broadband task force, just Friday. What a contrast. We have a president who's saying, hey, we need everybody to have access to affordable, and he's saying it out in public, putting it in writing where everybody knows what's happening. And then where we live, we're being governed by someone who says it needs to all kind of be my idea. I need to think about it. I need to get all the credit for it. And we do not need to be bound by what they're doing at the federal level. I'm just saying the wheel is round. If they're figuring the answer out on a federal level and Nebraska's figured it out, why does Oklahoma have to figure it out all by ourselves? Why can't we take from the lessons learned in Arkansas and Kansas and apply them here? Why do we have to learn all the lessons all by ourselves? So I just wanted to make that contrast. So for my neighbors who have to hear about this because they probably can't see me because they don't have access to broadband, know that I'm rooting for you to get access to broadband. I'm rooting for you to have access to all the tools that you need to live in the times that we're in. Things that I could talk about in mixed company. Today, the president announced the $18 billion to improve the infrastructure of the VA health centers, making sure that they're state of the art and they're taking care of our veterans. I just wanted to do a shout out that is how you honor our veterans. You don't make flowery speeches that you forget during an insurrection. You actually do something that will affect them, affect their lives. And I take it personally. I'm the daughter of 2 veterans. My sister's a veteran. I'd like for them to have quality access to quality health care and not have to worry about mold and all of the things that we've all heard about. So that's my conversation on bills and electeds. Now, elections. This Saturday, May 5th, are the district conventions, 5 conventions. They're being held all over the state. Mostly they're being held electronically. Go out to our website, okdemocrats.org/convention and find out when your convention is, how you can join your convention electronically. It will either start at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m., depending on what district you live in. That's this Saturday. We're getting close. We're getting almost to the end of all the conventions. But on May 11th and June 8th, are days to vote on propositions kind of all over the state. Not everyone will have a ballot, but if you do have a ballot, start reading up on the propositions that will be on your ballot now, doing your research so that you are ready. And, it wouldn't hurt if you signed up for absentee ballots. You're not gonna get away from me talking about absentee ballots. Go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board, sign up for your absentee ballots, have it sent to your home. That way you can open it up, do your research, and know how you're going to vote and get that mailed back in. And then finally, on June 12th is state convention. That's where we elect or re-elect our state officers. So we have chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer. And then our affirmative action officers are all elected on that day. We rewrite, review, update our propositions, what we stand for, and then we also rewrite and edit our constitution and bylaws, how we do the work that we do. It's truly at the ground level. This is what we do. This is how we do it. So figure out how you can get involved in that as well. okdemocrats.org. In the meantime, if you don't care about any of that, in the meantime, you can be helping register people to vote. We need more registered Democrats. And we have a site on our page where you can register folks to Democrat or help us raise money to register folks as Democrats. You guys have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15.